So, why did I create a Pokémon channel? Well, it all starts with trauma. Not real trauma like the Hollywood backstory type. Just 90s parent trauma. And before you ask, yes, I'm old. Because in 1999, little me asked for a Game Boy. Simple request, right? One small gray brick with a screen the size of a postage stamp. But my parents said, "Oh no, you can't have that. The screen is too small. It'll ruin your eyes." Meanwhile, I'm sitting 2 inches away from the TV watching cartoons like a human flashlight. But sure, Mum. The Game Boy is the problem. So instead of actually playing, I became obsessed. I collected Pokémon cards. I bought magazines. I watched the anime religiously. And when I say religiously, I mean it. Pokémon wasn't just a cartoon, it was my cult. Ash was my priest. Charizard was my god. And I know, what are you thinking, another cliché millennial Charizard fanboy. But relax. I dodged that bullet. I will tell you in a minute. Before that, please consider subscribing and leaving a like. It really helps this starting channel reach more Pokémon enthusiasts. So, after 2 long years of begging, I finally found a way. I started saving my lunch money. My allowance. Every single coin I could hide. And in 2001, victory. I bought myself a used Game Boy Pocket, with Pokémon Silver. I'm basically one of those kids who grew up with Pokémon Silver. And guess what? I still have the cartridge in that Game Boy right here. So, it didn't even have Charizard, so actually my very first partner wasn't some overhyped lizard. It was Cindy. Cindy, the female Cyndaquil. I missed that tiny ball of fire that helped me survive my terrible decisions. And man, that was it. That was the game. I must have spent over 1,000 hours on Silver. Let's be real, it was closer to 2,000. Maybe even more, but who's counting? I was a clueless kid who would finish the story, then restart the game all over again. Rinse and repeat over and over. Grinding, catching, battling, escaping real life 1 pixel at a time. And honestly, for a kid with a pretty rough childhood, that escape mattered. Pokémon wasn't just a hobby. For me, it was therapy. But like all stories, there was a dark age. Between 2003 and 2008, I barely played. Why? Simple, no money. My parents still weren't fans of tiny screens. And I was stuck living life Pokémon free. Which for me was basically rehab. Cold turkey. No Pikachu patch to help. But then came 2008. My first job. My first paycheck. And what did I buy? Not a car. Not clothes. Not even food. Nope. I bought a Nintendo DS Lite and Pokémon Platinum. And let me tell you, that moment? Pure bliss. I had officially returned to the world of Pokémon. And this time no one could stop me. I played Platinum like a man possessed. I shared the game with my younger brother. And I realized, Pokémon wasn't just childhood nostalgia. It was a lifelong passion. From then on, things changed. When Pokémon Black and White came out, I was there. When Pokémon X and Y dropped in 2013, day 1. For the first time, I was buying Pokémon games brand new, not secondhand with someone else's save file named Butthole. And from that moment it became a tradition. Every new generation, every release day, I was there. No waiting. No saving. No begging. Just me, my wallet, and Pokémon. So, why did I create this channel? Because Pokémon has been with me through everything. From saving coins as a kid, to grinding platinum as a teenager, to buying every game day 1 as an adult. This channel isn't about chasing trends. It's about sharing that passion. Sharing my story, my nostalgia, my love for a franchise that literally shaped my life. And maybe, just maybe, connecting with other fans who feel the same way. So yeah, that's why this channel exists. Because when life got rough, Pokémon was there. When I had nothing else, Pokémon gave me an escape. And now that I'm an adult with adult money, it's time to give something back. So if you're here for battles, stories, reviews, or just sarcasm about Zubat encounters, welcome. You're in the right place. And hey, if you love Pokémon too, do me a favor. Hit that like button, subscribe, and let's grow this little corner of the internet together. Because honestly, the world could always use more trainers.